Hello and welcome back. My name is Brandon Watson. Today in this video we're going to be going over a little recap for the last watch list as well as getting started on a new watch list. So if you found any of this helpful and would like to continue to see more videos, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. We're growing little by little and certainly appreciate every single one of you. So let's go and get started. First up, we're going to go and get with AVTR. The last video that we had was going to be, I believe, let's see, when was the last video that we had? It was on December 27th for the watch list. So I have this arrow here. That was the last day before the next trading session after the 27th. We have the 28th here. It came down, let's see, down to the 25 EMA. I believe in that video I said three things were going to happen, or the possibility of three things were going to happen was you can either double bottom and build through and push through. It can consolidate inside of this channel here between 25 and 28 for a little bit before either pushing through or breaking down, or it could actually build through and have these higher lows, which it kind of broke this pattern a little bit, faked a few people out, but from here it's gone up about 15-16% from the bottom. So that's a good little, we'll see, maybe like 8 or 9% could you have scaled into this over those couple days. Not too bad. Let's check out FSM. I went ahead and put some arrows earlier. EMA's opened up here on the daily. So the next trading session, it popped up, hit this resistance and came back down to the 9 EMA. Let's see here. That's not bad. That's 30% in 7 days. That's really good. Were you able to scale into that through this break of resistance here around 779? As you can see, of course, it's coming back down, so it's no good there. But all we want is just this trend in here. 30% could have got you at least 20% had you scaled in nicely. That's pretty good. Let's see here. IMGN. IMGN, I believe in the last video I said it could possibly curl up, which it didn't. It looks like it came down through the course of a week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, sure enough. And then from the bottom to the top, about 22.5%. That's not bad. That isn't bad at all. You just got to be patient sometimes. Sometimes these don't work out, so that's why I would like to only go in with like a share, maybe 10 shares at $70. That's nothing really too crazy when my total account position is usually around $4,000. So I mean, you just got to scale in, be patient a little bit. I drew this line here at the top of this wick at 651, it looks like, but what ended up happening, it came down to the open of that candle, which was at 6.25. Let's see here, the low 6.27, so 2 cents over, bounced up. It's still closed. Let me see, the close was at 6.5. This was at 6.51 for the high. So it's still closed near that, the top of that wick, the high of that day, before finally bouncing and coming through for that 20%. Sometimes you just got to be patient. Don't jump in immediately, and if you do, don't jump in with a lot immediately. Just give it some time. Sometimes they got to play out. AMD doesn't look like it really did too much. Came down, kind of double bottomed off this 89.5 level. It's 11%. That's not too bad before breaking back down into this 87 level. Maybe this holds as a channel. Maybe this holds as a channel. It could be another 11%, but I'm not a fan favorite of it. And the last one we had was SRNE. In that video, we talked about how I had seen this stock about 3-4 years ago. When did I see this? I saw this back in 2018. Yep. So I had drawn these lines. I even played it back then as well. These lines continue to hold out. This is the 3-year 1 week right here. Let's go back to the daily. I said that it's possible this holds as consolidation. Sure enough, we popped up to 8.2. 8.28 is my line right here. Came down, still hit these levels. I drew this line right here at 6.5-ish in the last video, so that's a new one. But this red line here, this white line right here at 6.9, and this gray line at 7.5. Those were all lines that I had placed years ago, and they still held. This white line here at 6.9 held as a support, but we first had to bounce off my new one at 6.53-ish. What was that low? Low was at 6.58, so it was 5 cents off. Not bad at all. 5 cents off based off of this candle over here. 6.53 is where I got that line on November 24th. From there, we've pushed up over the course of 12 days. Just a little bit over a week, and we got 47.5%. That is pretty good. And I, of course, missed it up until yesterday on Friday, in which I noticed that it was popping up. I had this line here. On my actual account, I had drew this resistance off of 8.7. It ended up coming back down, retesting this. I liked that. By the time I got back to it, it was already up here, so I bought an option contract for about 2 option contracts. One for a $10 strike and another one for a $15 strike, both for March something or other, whatever that contract expiration date is. And that $10 strike is doing pretty good so far. Not bad. I should have got a little bit more, but all good, all good. I actually should have got it a lot sooner. Had I been paying attention to this, that would have been even better. But hey, you win some, you lose some, and last month and this month have been a little rough. I'm still down like 17%, but that's my own fault. That is my own fault for sure, and we're gonna kill it going forward. BLDP, I'm gonna have 2 arrows here. This first one was when I had alerted the group on Discord on 8/31. It ended up coming back down to this level around 13.06 before bouncing and not ever coming back down to that level again. This is here on October 19th. So let's see, October 19th. Yeah, I did have a watch list on October 19th that I posted. That was like one of my first YouTube videos as far as watch list goes. It ended up coming down, this resistance here around 18.5. It came back down to the 14.36-ish level before making higher lows again. And then pushing through, not coming back again. Let's see here. And going up 166% since the very first time I alerted you all on YouTube. And let's see here, since I alerted the group on Discord, 200% in about 4 months. That's really good, and I've mentioned it almost every video since then, and it's just been building, going through this consolidation, and not ever coming back. Well, actually it's coming back now, but came down to 9 EMA. We'll see if it can actually bounce off this 9 EMA and go through. But as far as I'm concerned, this trend for me is already over. It's already taken off. It could come down to about the 25-ish level before bouncing through. It could bounce off this 9 EMA. It could bounce off the 25 EMA. This is not something I want to jump into. That ship is sailed. 200% is really good. And if I jump in now, what's the point? I mean, that move has been made. So let's get started and looking for some new patterns. Okay, first one we're going to have is a BEP. Let's check this out. I'm going to draw some lines here for y'all. I got a line here, 42.8, based off of the open on November 9th. What I'm looking for is for this continue to come down, maybe tap this 25 EMA, as well as this resistance here that's been built there at the 42.8 level. And if that can happen, we have earnings coming up soon. So it's possible that even on Monday, maybe we just bounce through. Maybe we still come down and retest this level and actually touch it. Or at least come up maybe a couple cents over it, barely a couple cents over it. And if that's the case, we might be able to come back up to that $50 level. Maybe actually test the $50 level. Let's go from here. That's about 16.5%. And if that follows through and they have good earnings, they could potentially go up to that 56 level, 30%. Let's see, what do we have on FinViz? BEP average price target is 35.63. We have a $59 price target here. 59. When was that? That was all around 2020. So last year, that's fine. I mean, all these downgrades are not too great, I'll tell you that much. But downgrades don't really mean anything. I mean, all those downgrades in 2020, and it's still gone up. Let's see, when was that first downgrade in 2020? That was going to be in February 3rd, neutral to underperform, on February 3rd. Well, I'm not going to count that. That's because of the virus. So I mean, it's come back ever since then. Let's say we'll top out from right here, and we'll say ever since then it's actually gone up 65%. So it's on a good trend. It's on a nice trend. It keeps holding this 25 EMA here, and if it continues to, it's possible that it might come back up and start going up towards that 55 level. So we'll see. We'll continue to keep that on the watch list, BEP, and we'll move forward from there. Okay, going back to AVTR, let's go and it looks like we can actually bounce off the 25 EMA. If we look at FinViz, AVTR, average price target is 29.10. November 10th, I had a, let me see, overweight for $33. If we do that, $33. $33. We've already hit 30.73, so it is possible that we bounce off of this. Let's see, we can bounce off that 25 EMA, go to 33. That's going to be about 18%. Say it doesn't though, and this right here candle on Friday is the bounce already. I'm sure we're probably gonna get like a little small wick or something, so we'll just see right here, whatever. Up to, yeah, whoa, back up to the 30.73 at 6%, up to 33 is going to be about 14%, relatively speaking. So it's potential that it could follow through. It has the earnings coming up. With that earnings, we might be able to push into it. I probably wouldn't hold through earnings, but I think with earnings coming up, there could be a run up. The way that it's setting up and the way that the overall pattern has been, it's been trending fairly solid and holding that 25 EMA now. It comes down every now and then, so just be careful of that. But I think it's possible. I think it is possible. We'll see. I'm gonna add that to the list, AVTR. All right. What else we got? Okay, so CMRE is an interesting one. Let's see here. On the daily, we're pushing up to this 9.5 level. CMRE on FinViz is industrials, marine shipping. Average price target is 8.75. Its last upgrade on September 28th. Up to 650, so we've already hit that mark, and we're well over that. So we're holding the 9 EMA. Looks like if it continues to hold, it could push through. I'm going to draw this line right here at this resistance around 8. For whatever reason, in case it comes back down, it could come back down and retest one of these levels. Let's draw another one right here just in case. Levels to watch. That lines up right here with the 25 EMA. Just in case the 9 doesn't hold. Unlike AVTR, seems like CMRE holds the 9 EMA very well compared to coming down to the 25. So that's just an additional piece of information. Doesn't mean that it has to continue to do that. We're already around the $9 level of 9 holds, along with a 9 EMA. Maybe we push back up to 9.5, about 7%. We were already at 10.84 on the 52-week high. So we go up to 10, that's about 12%, and we hit the 52-week high, like it could be about 21%. The weekly is hitting this resistance already, so that's not good. I don't like that wick. It is possible that we have a down week, so be careful. Be careful. I don't like buying at the beginning of a down week. So if for whatever reason it starts to drop, just be patient. If not, and it starts to build through, well, we already talked about this 10.85 on the weekly. Then the 9 is starting to cross the 200. That 200 is starting to slope up slightly, and that's hard to do. The 25 is coming up. That's very nice. And the monthly is underneath this 200 EMA, which is not good. Anything under a 200 could get trapped underneath it and would be considered to be in a downtrend. So what really needs to happen is it needs to come up and over that, but that's on the monthly chart, so that's going to take some time. As far as for the weekly, we're already over that 200. It's possible that it comes back down, retests that level, and either holds it, breaks through it and down, thus being rejected again and holding true to that 200 EMA on the monthly, or since we're over this 200 EMA, maybe it's to start to a new uptrend potentially, and maybe we start to build up into let's see, that's 10.5. I like that 10.5 on the 200. Maybe we test 2.5, and if we test and hold that, well, then I'd say that the next one is going to be, next level to test is going to be around $14 ish. Well, let's do this right here. This false support could be around $12. I like that better. 12 and then 14. So first thing first, we have to get over this 9.5, and if that happens, then we can start thinking about this $10 and $12 level. It could be coming up just because of their dividends being released. And then maybe it drops, but we'll see. We shall see. CMRE, adding that to the list. Moving forward. All right. LEN is Lennar Corp. LEN on FinViz. Average price target 94.71. Last I had a downgrade on December 18th. Don't really care. Average price target 94.71. It's been building inside of this consolidation, this channel right here between 71.25 and 80-ish. As of right now, it's still holding inside of the middle, so it could potentially come down to the 71. It could potentially start to hold and push up into here. Could push up into that level and then get rejected again. Who knows? It's the name of the game. As of right now, this is where we're at, and if we're thinking about $91, well, the first level we have to hit is a 79.5. That's 4%. That's easy. We have to clear this 82.6 level. That's about 8%. I'm sure we might be able to do that. I'm fairly certain. 10% up to the 52-week highs, and that resistance level between 85 and 86, that's about 10 to 13%. That's pretty good. And then we're talking about $91. That's 20% from here, from where we are at right now, just in case it doesn't come back down. What is this? LEN. LEN is a household durables. LEN is consumer, cyclical, and residential construction. Well, it's possible. Dividend coming up again, but I do like this consolidation. It's possible that it does break out and over, and if it breaks and hits 91, it's probably going to go to 100 within some time. I mean, why, if it hits 90, why would it just stop at 90? It's going to go to 100. People like 100. They're going to push it to 100, and if it hits 100, well, we'll see from there, but it's probably going to go to about 500 after that. Just joking. But 100 is probably certain if we can get 90, and 90 is almost about certain. With some time, this consolidation in here is quite nice. I like it. It consolidated in here for a short amount of time before breaking out and over. So that's what I like to see, is this build up right here, and then the follow through and that push up to the highs. So that's what we're going to look for, is another build up into the resistance, and then a follow through into the highs. Once we get to that level, we're going to build up again, push through. So that's what we're going to look for, a build up and a push through, a build up and a push through. And as long as it continues to build up and push through, you're good. And if not, well, then don't hold on to it. Don't bag hold it. Set stop losses at each level, just in case it comes back. Maybe sell just a portion of it. Practice risk management. All right, LEN. Moving on. Let's see what else we got. You know, a lot of people are asking about NNDM. A lot of people are playing NNDM. Let's just draw some lines on here, since I don't have any as far as for my little side account that we're using to create these watch lists. Let's see here. Little support, a little resistance. These don't have to be perfect, because there's nothing perfect about the stock market, that's for sure. If you try and make sense of it, you're making a grave mistake, because there's no making sense of the stock market. Look at this. Hits it, retest level, pushes through, starting to build up, higher lows, pushes through. As long as it continues to hold this 9.5, you should be okay. It's probably gonna maybe come down just a little bit, if it does, to shake some people out before bouncing through. Just be careful, because you never know when it's going to return back. Let's go to the weekly. The weekly is high up there. What is this? That's already been hit. Next one. Yep. Like this right there. That's going to be around 13.3. It's going to be the next level to hit. So from where it's at now, it's 30%. If it comes down to the potential support, that's about 40%. Not too bad. I like that. I do like that. It has higher lows, higher highs. That's the resistance right there. So we'll see. It needs to build up and through. I wouldn't mind maybe selling in small if it starts to push through, as you saw in the other two stocks. It's a fairly solid trend. Let's go to NNDM. Average price target is $10. We already hit it, and it doesn't really have any upgrades or downgrades. Technology, computer hardware. Technology can always go pretty far. It has 32 million in volume. What's the average volume? Average volume is 27.89. So it's built up. Average volume is 27. Wow, and I had 84 million. Uh-oh. Interesting. You know what? Because of that, we'll go ahead and add it. We'll go ahead and add it. I know people have been playing it for a while. But why not just add it now? I don't think it's too late for this one. Not yet. It is risky buying up here, but like I said, as long as it builds up and pushes through, you're fine. If not, set a stop loss and don't bag hold. Don't scale in too fast. Scale in just right. Moving on. OCUL, what are you doing to me? I've been holding on to this one. Not very smart. Been holding through consolidation, but I've been playing it for so long that I just felt like it was very solid. Very solid. We had a couple price targets for $25, or at least one actually, for $25, somewhere around here. Let's see. Oh, price target for $30. for $30. So I know there's a $25 one as well somewhere in there, but I got hit with a price offering at 2150, which held for a few days, gave us some hope that it was going to hold and push through. We got that upgrade. It never came, or it never fulfilled itself. Or I'm sorry, we got a downgrade first. Right after the offering, 2150 held. Then we got a downgrade for no reason. We tapped this 25 level, 25 EMA level, made higher lows ever since then. But quite frankly, I'm just holding through consolidation. I had that upgrade after the downgrade, so it's kind of mixed right there. I think people are kind of waiting for some results to come through on one of their products. On dry eyes, I believe is what it is. As long as this 25 holds, I should be okay. But I still have a large position on it. It's not down a whole lot, but it's down a bit since it is a larger position. And we'll see. I mean, it's uncertainty right now. I've had a couple of times to sell out for a pretty good profit, but I've just been holding on. So that's really what's been holding me back right now for the last like month and a half. What is this? Yep, for the last month and a half. Well, actually, that's a month. That's exactly a month. Crazy guy. That's on December 16th. So it's been holding me back for about a month because I've been looking at this one quite often, trying to figure it out, and there's no really figuring out consolidation. You don't know which way it's going to go. This trend here, of course, that's a lot easier to figure out, but once it started to break up at these levels, that's where it started to get a little dicey. So I'm going to continue to hold for a while. I think it's a longer term hold for me, a couple more months. I just wish it was still going up, of course, fairly solid, but what can you do? That's the name of the game. I'm not going to add it to the watch list. I'm just letting you know that that is what happened to me for the last month as far as OCUL goes. I have taken a few beatings on a few other ones, which is very surprising because I've had a lot of good picks on my watch list over the last couple months, but I haven't really been playing them. I've been stuck playing other things. That makes no sense. So this year I want to change that and focus more on the ones that I'm putting on these watch lists, because they've been trending very solid, and I could have probably already been at my $25,000 goal already. But what can you do? Like I said, it's my own fault, so we'll move on. Let's check out Run. 70.27 average price target. January 12th. Initiated for $116. That's the first time. That's the largest price target. 116. We already hit 100. See what I mean? We already hit 100. Now it has to retest another level before coming back up. Let's go $116. It's the new highest. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hit cancel. All right. So where are we going to come down to? That's the high there. Probably not going to hit it. Let's aim to see if we close this gap. We have 4 levels to pay attention to. Yep, I like that. 4 levels to pay attention to. I'm not going to place a lot of faith on this 82.4 level because it couldn't support it back then, so why would it support it now? 80 level is potential just because it's relatively a whole number. I have it at 79.96. Don't ever think that just because it goes tad below 80 that is just going to completely fall through, although it is possible. Just be careful because maybe they're trying to shake people out. Next level we have is going to be this 25 EMA. Maybe we bounced off that, or it lines up roughly with this high here, 74.14, which lines up with these this resistance right here, which you'll see on the weekly. These are both wicks. So going back to the daily, Hold on, let me see that real quick. The weekly, yeah, it's possible. It is possible that that holds. Maybe. Like I said, I'm not going to place a whole lot of faith on it. Run has been really good. I've seen this for a while now. I've probably around $35. I remember that this large drop. I just only played it. I like swung it for like a few days and then got out. Never got back into it for whatever reason. But it's been fairly solid, and I don't know, man, that's crazy. I for sure played it around this level. I think that I held it 182%. What a guy! All right, new goal for this year is just to try and stick around for some of these plays. Some of these trends just keep going. Even if I would have stuck it out to here, 125%, came back 2 months later, 100% right there. Just skip all of this downtrend. But anyways, those are the 4 areas that we have to pay attention to. Let's do this. I'm gonna draw this little circle right here. Let's see if it bounces in there before coming back through. Run. Adding it. What else do we got? For those who like a little bit of risk in their life, let's go ahead and draw some lines onto VBLT, Vascular Biogenics. It is a $2.50 stock. It's gonna be fairly crazy, depending on how you scale in. Maybe $100 here, $100 there, a couple shares there, a couple shares here. But look at this and how it has been building up and pushing through, building up, pushing through. Practice a little patience and wait to see where this goes. Let's see. On the weekly, we're over the 200 EMA. Let's see. Let's draw a line right there. We're already over it. Let's draw a line right there. That's where we're about to hit. That's what we're hitting right now. And draw that right there as well. You never know. You never know. You just never know. From where we're at right now, if for whatever reason we come back to the 5.5, it's about 127%. As of right now, we are at 2.5, which lined up with this level here. 2.5, you see that? Drew it all the way back here, 2018. And it hits it perfectly, closed on Friday at 2.5. So where's it going to go next? Well, we don't really know, but it's potential to go up higher. 2.5 back to highs, 3.5%, 4%, about 8% to the 2.7 mark, 8%-ish. Which was a level that we drew earlier on the weekly. Where is that coming from? Back here, 2018, it topped out about 2.85, opened up. Let me see, closed at 2.7. That's what it is, 2.7. So we'll see. It's another 20 more cents, 8%. It's not too bad. If you like a little risk, it could go for BLT, VBLT. That one's going to be one that you for sure just want to scale in small unless you know what you're doing. What else do we have? Interesting stuff, my friends. Interesting stuff. LMNL, Liminal Biosciences. Is anything under the 200 is in a downtrend, but look at where this came from. $2,773. Do I think it's going to get back up there? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. But just looking at 52 weeks, it was at 31.45, 31.45. It was at the 23 mark. It was at the $20 mark. And it has 2 very large orders for 16,000 500 in volume. Sorry, not just a single order, but volume for the day was 16,500,000, 16,200,000 for this month. Let's see here. FinViz, average volume is 1.34, so someone's buying it up. December 21st, 2020, so not long ago, just a few days ago. Overweight for $22 price target. We're at 5.47 right now. I'm gonna try a line. What did I say it was? $22. $22 from 5.47. If that were to fulfill itself, 300%. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Start small. Start small. Start super small. Start super small. But that would be very nice. And I mean, you have to consider the fact that this 200, yes, it's below the 200, but considering where it came from, I mean, $2,700, that's nuts. Like, that's going to take forever for that 200 EMA to come back up, for sure. But look at that, the 4 hour, we're over the 4 hour. That's good. We're over it on the 1 hour. So basically anything that is below the daily, in terms of the 200 EMA, we're over it. And it has a $22 price target, and it has very large volume for 16.5 and 16.2 million this month so far. So that is very interesting. It had this squeeze that is starting to come up out of too the last 4 days. I like that a lot, and I'm going to keep an eye on that. You heard it here first, although it doesn't mean that anything has to happen, of course, but I like that a lot. So, what else do we got? I'm just going to throw this out there. SGBX. What is that? You know, I thought that was blockchain. SGBX. That's not blockchain. That's industrials. Industrials. Average price target of $9. I mean, it hit $9 before. It's not blockchain like I thought it was, but look at that right there. It's gonna try and retest that, I think. It doesn't have to, but I think, in my opinion, it could potentially come back up. 9.3. That's 21.5%. I'm gonna add that too. I'm going to add that too. I like that. Building up a nice little list here. Are there any more? My friends, I like when volume comes in. I like when volume comes in. Look at this right here. 36 million in 1 day. Average volume is 1.45. I mean, I don't even know where to start. So we don't have any upgrades or anything posted to FinViz. There's no average price target. There is an article here, ACOR stock at $35 a share, question mark. This analyst thinks it's possible. Healthcare biotech is what ACOR Therapeutics is. Going to that article, the stock skyrocketed over 60%. However, the company announced it is selling its manufacturing operations. That manufacturing operations has to deal with some kind of Parkinson's disease, manufacturing product, whatever, that's being sold off to Catalent. And based off of that, for whatever reason, it says the developments amount to a significant improvement in the quarter's fundamentals. To this end, reiterates an outperform buy rating on ACOR shares while boosting its price target from $5 up to $35. So that's pretty bullish. This other one has a hold on it, backed by a 19.5 price target. So I'm not saying that either of these analysts are right, but that is pretty bullish. what did it say, 19.5, so we'll say about $20. It's going to go to 19.5. Why stop there? We'll see $20. And the other one was for what? Like 35? 35. Let's just put that. 35. So from where we are at now to this first resistance is 80%. And that's coming from the support that fell through back at $12. So from the level that we're at now, 6.7 up to about 12, that's close to 80%. Up to $20 is close to 200%. Up to $35 is close to 400%. Anything is possible. Anything is certainly possible, and someone already loaded a large amount of shares. They've been coming in slowly but surely. 2 million here last year in May, 2 million there in June, 15 million. It starts to pick up back in November, late November. October, late October is 18 million, 4 million, and then 36 million. So someone's slowly coming in and picking up a lot of shares. Even though that this was coming down, someone was still picking up a lot of shares. It's already, on the weekly, it was at $218 3 years ago, back in 2018. Can it get back up there? I have no idea. But for the short term, analysts foresee within the next 52 weeks, something around $20 to $35. So I'm not saying that it's 100%. I'm not saying that it's 50%, but I am saying that I am going to add it to the watch list, ACOR, because that is very interesting. I don't care about the analysts, but I do care about that large volume coming in every so often. We're starting to push up to that 200 EMA, like I said with the other one. I think it was LMNL, about that 200 and how hard it is for it to turn. That could be good if we come up and over it. The 9 starting to come up, the 25 starting to come up. I like that a lot. So I'm going to keep it there and see what we can do. We are finding some solid ideas, but that's all they are, just ideas. They're not 100%. One of my favorite plays is going to be a recovery into the 52-week highs. The 9 and the 25 crossed over the 200, which is really good. Draw resistance here around 1.89, almost $2. It's possible that we come back down and start to push through, but from where we're at now, 250 to 4.5 is going to be about 82%. And if we can get up there, there might be no stopping it. We might be able to test other levels. I'm not saying we're going to be able to get back up to $23, but since we've been there before and we're starting to slowly come back up, that is good. I'm not always looking for stocks to just already be at their 52-week high and push forward, but I'm also looking for recovery plays as well that could have suffered from a large drop that has now consolidated, and for whatever reason there may be some new development that people are getting interested in, and it's starting to pick it back up. So I do like that. Let's go and draw this line right here just in case as well at $3. That was a resistance that it couldn't hold up to there, about 25%, 24%. So I like that as well. CDEV. All right, well, we're going to stop it there for today. It looks like we have about 11 stocks, which is it's quite a few ideas. Let's see here. We have BEP, AVTR, CMRE, LEN, NNDM, RUN, VBLT, LMNL, SGBX, ACOR, and CDEV. These are all quality ideas, I think. We'll see. I'm going to scale in kind of small. on a few of these. I'm gonna be patient. I'm not gonna just jump right in, but we'll see. I mean, by the looks of it, it looks like it could take a couple of weeks, maybe a month or two on a few of these. So it's pretty good potential. But I certainly appreciate you all coming out, and thank you again. If you found any of this information helpful, I definitely appreciate every like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you and take care.